What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. I mean, what can I say? At the end of the day, we tried to tell people. We tried to tell people Bronny wasn't as good as he was being advertised. We tried to tell people, but they're still in denial. After his fourth summer league game, I mean, he's still averaging the same thing he did in college. And what blows my mind, when they interviewed Bronny, he said he was in a slump. He has to get out of this slump. Sir, what slump are you in? You're doing the same thing you did in college. You're averaging the same amount of points you did in college. You're missing 3 pointers, haven't made one. You're either airballing it or breaking it. He done missed so many threes, he can build a house. This man have built them another house in LA. I hate to say it. He's so bad on the offensive side of the ball. It's hurting them. It is hurting them. He has no sense of offensive transition. He drifts to the 3-point line when he hasn't been shooting good at all. I don't know why they're trying to force him to be an aggressive scorer. If you look back at him in college, he was never a ball dominant. He was never the guy to just give me the ball, let me go score a whopping 20, 30 points a game. He never did that. He was always the kind of person that would just move around. Every now and then, he'll just make an easy bucket. And the one thing they tried to sell us on, actually two things. They tried to sell us on he was a 3-point shooter. And the second thing they tried to sell us on is he was a defensive player. Bronny is an average NBA defensive player. His defensive play is average. It's not how they sold it to us. He does not play elite defense. He doesn't. He's an undersized guard who has average defense who can't score. He's 6'1". He can't shoot the ball. In the NBA, if you're going to be that short, because I remember back in the day when you had guards coming to the NBA at 5'10", 5'11", you better shoot and you better be fast. But in today's NBA, 6'1" is considered like a 5'10", 5'11". So he's 6'1". Point guards nowadays are 6'3", 6'4", and taller. I mean, he's at a disadvantage just off that. People can pick and roll and just put a Giannis on him. I mean, it's insane. And for the Bron fans, I cannot get enough of y'all. I can't. I don't understand why y'all still defend him. Y'all are still defending Bronny. Anytime somebody come up and tell y'all, give y'all legit facts on why Bronny did not deserve the opportunity to be in the NBA, did not deserve the opportunity to be drafted. Oh, y'all hating. Y'all this, y'all that. Y'all hating on a black father. First of all, let me touch on that situation. If y'all want to turn this into a black father situation, y'all hating on a black father and a black kid, where was his hate? Where was y'all when Kyrie was getting all that hate? Where was that? Where was y'all when Zion Williamson was getting picked on about his weight? Where was y'all? Where was that? Where was people when Kwame Brown was getting roasted for being a bust? Where was everybody about this? Where was everybody? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Where was everybody, the so-called LeBron James fan, because they are not Laker fans. I was a Laker fan until we hired JJ Redick, but I'm going to discuss on that later in the video. But where was everybody when Russ got all that hate? Russell Westbrook got all that hate. They kept blaming him. But once we start critiquing Bronny and give y'all actual facts on why he's not a good NBA player and why he probably won't be a good G League player, on why he should have went back to college for another year, we're hating. We are hating. We literally tried to tell y'all he's not prepared for the situation. He haven't found himself in college. He never found the game in college. But now we're haters. We are haters. For one, I want to say this. Shame on LeBron and shame on the media. Because LeBron sexuals are sitting there saying, where are y'all? Why are y'all hating? Where are y'all getting all this stuff from? Saying he's not this great player. Where are y'all sitting here saying, why are y'all holding him to a high standard? For one, when have a NBA draft prospect who had a heart condition average 4 points a game get drafted? If anything, if somebody comes into the NBA draft with any kind of health problems, that's a reason not to draft them. Just like in the NFL or any professional draft, professional sports draft. When is that a reason to draft them? If anything, that's a reason not to draft them. That's a reason to stay away from that person. This person will fall on their draft boards to being undrafted. I could tell you so many players in the NFL who had injuries in college or literally weeks before the season was over, they had a dramatic injury. They fell in the draft. But for Bronny, you use that as an excuse to wipe his whole whatever he did in college. Whatever he did in college. Y'all saying, oh, he had a health scare. So you can't go off that. No. Bronny had the entire opportunity to not play all year long. So you have to critique him from the times he was on the court. Nobody forced him back on. He went back on. He went back on that. But back to LeBron and the media. LeBron James himself, he said Bronny was better than half the players in the NBA. He said he was better than half the dudes he's seen on the NBA League Pass. LeBron said this. LeBron said Bronny can come play for the Lakers right now. That's a slap to his teammates' face. That's such a disrespect to his teammates. It makes no sense. He said this. Shame on the media for constantly covering him, but they wonder where the hate is coming from because they're covering him. Why y'all hate? Why we don't understand where this hate is coming from. We don't understand why y'all getting mad that we're covering him. Because you telling me all these players that got drafted, but LeBron James' son was talked about for months. All these first-round picks, nobody knew who would be the first-round pick until the day of the draft, until literally the pick got called in, until the commissioner came and said it. Nobody knew some of these guys' names until the draft because ESPN, Stephen A., Undisputed, all these sports talk shows on ESPN, FS1, Fox, constantly covered LeBron. Saying how he had a health scare, that should be a reason why you should overlook what he did in college. Y'all was glazing how he was this hard worker, how he was this outstanding person. He's a great athlete. Y'all was the ones sitting there saying, "Oh, but look what he did in the combine drills. Look what he did in the combine games." And it's very funny. He averaged 4 points in his college career, right? Once he did the combine games, his very first game, he averaged 4 points. He scored 4 points. 4 whopping points. What he averaged in college. Boy, everybody gave ESPN crap for it. I mean, you can't make this up. Oh, it's just one game. Second game, he scored 13 points. But the next game, he didn't score that no more. And then his first summer league game, he scored 4 points. I mean, you cannot make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. At every first game, he's going to score 4 points. He's going to do what he did in college. But shame on the media for holding him to high standards, covering him, and wonder where all this negativity coming from, because you're constantly covering him. You're constantly giving him the attention. You're constantly blasting his face all over the place. Once he got drafted, they literally played nothing but his highlights, talked about only him. Even the guys after him that was getting drafted, y'all did not cover him. Y'all only talked about Bronny James. I don't understand it. And for the people that's saying, oh, well, he's just going to have to go to the G League and develop. Bronny ain't going to no G League. When have you ever seen a second-round pick, the 55th overall pick, who had a guaranteed contract, 4 years, $8 million, go to the G League? You do not give a rookie that kind of contract and send them to the G League. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. LeBron James said it out of his mouth. He said it out of his mouth. My only priority right now is to play with my son, to play with him on the court. Bronny is going to play on that. He's going to be on that roster. And it's going to be a shame whenever he does, because of what he did in the summer league, his performance. If he gets on that roster, which is going to happen, it's going to happen. Imagine being in that locker room, right? Looking around when you're a point guard or a shooting guard or some kind of, just a guard in general, in that locker room for the Lakers. You're looking around and saying, who's leaving? Who's getting cut? Because we're all better than him, but who's going to get cut for him? I mean, that's just a shame. That is a shame. And then, on top of that, let me tell you how disrespectful the media is. Jaylen Brown, NBA champion with the Boston Celtics, who just won his first championship, a Finals MVP, went to Bronny's. I think who were they playing? I forget who they played, but recently went to one of Bronny's summer league games with his girlfriend, and Andrew Reese was with them. They zoomed in on a private conversation he had with his girlfriend. And for the people who can lip read, you know what he said. He said Bronny is not a pro. His girlfriend said he's going to have to play G League. He's a G League player. Jaylen Brown said he's going to be on the Lakers because of his last name, which means he's going to be on that roster. The ESPN talks, the heads at ESPN, everybody was going crazy. They bullied this man into saying a public apology. I seen nothing wrong with this man, what he said, because he said the truth. He literally said what everybody was saying. Bronny is not an NBA player. He's not a pro. He's not a pro. One thing about LeBron James fans, the LeBron James girlfriends, they run away from the truth. They're so involved with LeBron. They're so delusional. They're so out of touch with reality as far as basketball and the truth that they'll believe anything that LeBron James says. They'll convince themselves that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. They'll convince themselves that he's better than Kobe Bryant, which he's not. That's another conversation for another day. LeBron used his own son to sacrifice him for his benefits. The only reason Bronny is in the NBA is because LeBron James knows he's not going to ever win another championship right now. The Lakers roster is in shambles. They made no off-season moves at all. Let all the star players get signed and go somewhere. They have no trade value. LeBron is not worth anything right now. The only person who's worth anything on that roster is Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves. Other than that, who are you gonna get another star player? With what? With what picks? With what players? And if you don't want to trade them, then you're gonna have to trade half your bench just to get one, not even an all-star, just a really good player. And then not only that, you're gonna have to replace the bench with even worse players. So he knows he's not going to win another championship. He knows that. So what he's doing is stat padding. He's stat padding, and he want to be the first to do whatever it is in the NBA. Why do you think he went so hard the first half of the season and won the in-season tournament? Because he wanted to be the first to do it, because he wanted to put that on his resume. They was one of the best teams in the NBA, and after that, they took a nosedive. Now, he's at a point in his career. They paid a 40-year-old basketball player a bag. Now, he want to be the first to play with his son on the NBA court. He's going to play to a point where he knows that the scoring record cannot be touched. Those are the only reasons why he's playing, to chase LeBron. No, he's only playing this long to chase anything Michael Jordan did or hasn't done and stat padding. That's all he's doing. And he's using his son for his own benefits, to be the first to do something. He knows he's risking his son's career. He knows he is. But the only reason why he's doing it is because he can tell Bronny, look, as long as you're with me, you'll be good. But my man, what is he going to do when you leave? Shame on the Lakers for doing this. Shame on Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss for letting a 40-year-old basketball player who's out of his prime run that franchise. That is a disrespect to the late Kobe Bryant. That's a disrespect to Magic Johnson. There's a disrespect to all the Laker greats to sit there and bow down to this man. They've never done it to no player but him. That's why I will never be a fan of the Lakers anymore until Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss is not there. Those two are the worst owners in the NBA history right now. You telling me you drafted his son, you drafted his podcast partner, you fired a coach who took you to the conference finals, and then the coach before that, you fired him after he won you a championship in that fake bubble. They're going in backwards, and now you hired a coach with no coaching experience. No coaching experience. But that's another conversation for another day. Back to the Bronny situation. Bronny isn't ready. And then here's another thing that really just see, I wasn't one of them people that was going to sit there and say, like, Bronny he's not taking this serious and stuff like that. I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say all that until today. It came out that Bronny James won a card tournament. He won a card tournament. Then the conversation started. It just popped in my head. Bronny is not taking it serious. Bronny does not understand what's going on. He took an opportunity from somebody. That's when I started thinking about that. Bronny literally took an opportunity from somebody who actually deserved it. Somebody who was putting in hours. Somebody who actually needed that opportunity. At the end of the day, with or without basketball, Bronny said, I wasn't going to take it there. I wasn't going to take it there until I saw that. When I saw that, Bronny doesn't know the opportunity. He doesn't know what's going on. Bro, you're playing horrible in the NBA Summer League tournaments. Even though you're doing the same thing you did in college. But at the magnitude of your daddy and the media, how they're covering you like you're a first-round pick, and you're basically failing expectations, you go off and win a card tournament and play in one. Like, bro, you should be in the gym. I'm not sitting there saying you just can't live your life. But right now, you in summer league mode, summer league tournament mode. You out there playing card. That just shows me, are you even taking this serious? Do you not care that you bricking every shot? Do you not care that you haven't made a 3-point yet? That you literally shot 0 for 8 in the game? That you have a horrible field goal percentage? That you're not good on offensive transitioning? That you only drift on the offense to the 3-point line and stay still? That you don't know how to properly go over or under a screen? That you caught your feet dragging defending players? I mean, where's the extra work? Oh, you put in extra work? And here's another thing. LeBron James came out of his mouth and said this in an interview. Bronny is different from me. He don't let all the noise get to him. After practice, Bronny just goes home and plays video games. That tells me everything I need to know. Bronny does not take this serious. He goes, do what he has to do, and once he leaves, he's not putting in the extra time. What separates Kobe, LeBron, Michael, all these other guys is the work that they're not showing, the hours you got to put in. But I just don't think Bronny, he doesn't have that drive. He doesn't have that hunger. He doesn't have that want. Just because he come from money doesn't mean he can't still have that hunger, because people are saying he don't deserve it. I'm the one that's saying he don't deserve it either. But hey, it is what it is. And then people are saying, oh, well, what else do you expect from a 55th overall pick? Why are y'all putting so much high expectations on him? Once again, the bar is constantly being lowered for him. Y'all were the ones running around here saying the only thing that stands out for Bronny, he's a great athlete, he's a hard worker, he earned this opportunity. Y'all are going to the basic things to be a not a professional basketball player, a collegiate, just a basketball player in general. The things to be just a borderline basketball player, y'all are using this with Bronny to make it seem like this is why he's a great player. This is why he has potential to be a great player. Y'all are basically saying things that you can say about any basketball player. Literally, any basketball player. Any basketball player you can say that about. You can say that about anybody in the summer league. Anybody. That's not a reason why somebody's going to be good. That's just not. I don't understand why when we're coming to y'all, to the LeBron haters, to the people that's calling us haters, to the LeBron fans, to sit there and say, y'all haters, y'all hating. We're not hating. We're showing y'all facts. He's not good. I don't think he has potential to be good. The only thing he has potential to be is a good defensive player. Not great, not elite, good. He's average right now. But he has potential to be a good defensive player. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, he's failing expectations that not us, not the actual Laker fans, not actual basketball fans. the LeBron James girlfriends, and the sports media world. He's failing y'all expectations. Because we didn't throw this on him. Y'all did. And so now we're holding him to a high standard, not because y'all. But that's what LeBron James fans want to do. They want to jump on both sides of the fence when we call him out. Oh, y'all just hating. Call him out again. Oh, what y'all expect? He's a 55th overall pick. Call him out again. Oh, you just got to give him time. He has potential. And the fact that ESPN social medias on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the basic things that Bronny James is doing, they are shoving it down our throats. Bronny James, excuse me for saying LeBron James, Bronny James jumps up and just hits a alley-oop. He smacks the ball into the sidelines. The ESPN social media glazed that. Bronny got hops. Bronny does a layup. Oh my goodness, look at Bronny when he does a layup. Bronny takes the ball down court. Oh, check out Bronny taking the ball up court and passing the ball. Bronny goes to the bench. Oh my goodness, look how quickly he goes to the bench. He's such a great player. Bronny makes a free throw. Oh my goodness, look, everybody check out his first free throw of the game. They glaze the most basic thing that they can do, any basketball player on that court. Those are not real highlights. Those are not highlights that you can show. It's insane. It's insane. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. They know what they're doing. And people are scared to call it out. The LeBron James sexuals are too delusional to say it. And the media is too scared to say it because they're scared of LeBron. They're scared of Clutch Sports. Everybody's up there talking about, oh, nepotism. I don't want to hear anything about nepotism. Oh, nepotism. If that was your son, you would do the same thing. Let me tell y'all this. If I had a son, if I was on the same level as LeBron as a player, and my son was playing the same sport I was, I am not finna put him in a position he ain't ready for. If he ain't as good as he should be, I'm not finna use my power to put him in a position he ain't ready for, because he ain't finna make me look bad. If the production does not match the opportunity, I'm not pulling the trigger. You cannot sit there and say, oh, nepotism happens all over the NBA, so I don't want to hear nothing about nepotism. Here's the thing I'm going to push back on that. They're comparing people in suits and ties to athletes on a court. You cannot compare the two. Nepotism is bad all in all. There has never been a good nepotism. It's only good in the eyes of the person who is being done for. But overall, it's still not good. It's never been a positive nepotism. Nepotism has always been a negative thing. You cannot sit there and say and compare somebody who's running a family business that hires their daughter or their son. At the end of the day, LeBron ain't running no family business. He's a basketball player for the Lakers. He's a basketball player for the Lakers. You can't compare the two. So to compare nepotism to a business, that's wild, because if it was a family-owned business, that was expected. You basically built that for your family. You're going to hire your family. You're going to do it. Now, for the Lakers, for LeBron, nepotism is accepted. Like I said, nepotism has never been a good thing. LeBron doesn't own the Lakers. LeBron isn't the GM, the owner. He's a basketball player. Nepotism will never work in any situation. Nepotism is always a negative thing. The only way that you can get past a nepotism situation if the production matches the opportunity. If the person you give it to is just as qualified as the rest of the people who's getting it. Because you know what you're going to get. But with Bronny, you don't get that. Bronny was on his way to being an undrafted free agent, an undrafted rookie. Oh, what do you expect from a 55th overall pick? What do you expect? At the end of history, history always repeats itself. You cannot go against history. History shows us the 55th pick never pans out. Every now and then, the player outperforms history and makes history. But history always wins. Oh, but like they said, what do you expect from a 55th overall pick? What do you expect? He's playing like a 55th overall pick. No, he's not. He's not playing like a 55th overall pick. He's playing like an undrafted rookie. That's what he's playing like. That is not the 55th overall pick. He's playing like an undrafted rookie. So shame on LeBron for putting his son in that situation. Shame on the media for literally covering this man daily for people to just sit there and criticize him, which is well deserved. He's a grown man in a professional sport. He better get used to it. Shame on y'all for cuddling him when we critique him as a player, not a person, but y'all thinking we're critiquing him as a person when we're critiquing the player. Shame on the LeBron James girlfriends, the LeBron James boobs, for sitting there, cuddling him, sitting there just so delusional, jumping on both sides of the fence and taking up for him. Just shame on everybody. Shame on the people who are in the media, Gilbert Arenas, Stephen A., all these talking heads in the sports world for lying, who are scared to say the truth, tell the truth. Shame on y'all. But that's all I got for y'all today. If y'all like the video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like the video. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see y'all in the next one.